Hello and welcome to another video from the Silver Citizen. Remember, if you like what you see, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get into it. This video is about the game in the Champions League away at Dortmund, which ended 0-0. Ortega, he impressed me. Let's start with him. I had 2-1 to City on my Super 6, and obviously I was coaching yesterday. I was training, and when I got back, it was a little late to load up, go on Super 6 and change my mind. I saw Ortega Moreno there, and I'll be honest, I was expecting a couple of goals to go in. I was expecting City really not to go for it. The fact that, you had Bernardo left out of the team, you had De Bruyne left out of the team. I think Bernardo's been our best player this year. I think De Bruyne is our best player anyway. Yeah, he hasn't played as well as Bernardo has this year, but for me, Bernardo Silva's been our player of the season so far. Obviously you're going to put Haaland up there, the goals he's scored. But, for me, I'm going with Bernardo at the minute. I think De Bruyne is our best player. Edison's our best goalkeeper. I thought Stones, he did well, but, he's only just come back from injury. He's not really going to be up to match sharpness. I think Mahrez has been poor all year, if I'm honest. When he's got given game time, I don't really think he's done much with it. So I looked at the team and I thought, with them being at home, Ortega Moreno, in the times I've seen him at City, he hasn't really impressed me that much. I was thinking Dortmund were going to win, I'll be honest with you. But he did well. Ortega Moreno, he did well. He did better than I was expecting with the ball at his feet. In times I've seen him play for City, he wasn't really that assured when the ball was at his feet. Times I've seen him play in the German league, when teams were closing him down. I only seen him like 3 times or something like that, but when teams were closing him down, he was more or less going long. Yeah, he was going towards his team. The ball was going towards where a player of his was. But it wasn't short passes. It was long passes. Pumps downfield. And it's not a long pass like an Edison long pass. It's a long pass like a goalkeeper long pass, if you will. The time I'd seen him play for City against Barcelona, he wasn't that assured with the ball at his feet. I didn't think much was going to change, and I thought, he's not assured with the ball at his feet, like Edison is, then the confidence that the defender's got is going to start to wane, and, Dortmund are going to push on, get the win. But he impressed me. He impressed me with the ball at his feet. He was cool, calm, and collected, and I thought, you know what? Yeah. Hold on. I enjoy more than anybody else does being wrong. I mean more than anybody else does me being wrong. I enjoy it more. Because if I'm wrong about a player, it's usually because I don't think they're good enough. And he did well, so yeah, well done to him. Thought Stones did okay. And you could tell he's not match fitness, match sharp. Tell he's only just coming back from injury. Needs a couple of games under his belt, but it was good for him to get minutes under his belt in a game that, in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really matter, because I honestly can't see anything but us smashing Sevilla anyway. And I wasn't expecting Dortmund to win by 2 or 3 clear goals, but I was expecting to win by 1. I was going to change the score from 2-1 to City to 2-1 to Dortmund. So it didn't really matter so much, and it's good to get minutes under his belt at that point. In terms of the game, I didn't really think it was that great. There was a lot of times that City had chances and the final ball let them down. When the final ball didn't let them down, the control let them down of the last player. It was fine margins. It was a matter of inches, really. And then obviously you had Matt Summels, who had a good game. I thought Alvarez probably needs game time. I thought he's touched a couple of times let him down. I think he probably needs a few games. And it was good to give him 90 minutes. Keep him on the pitch. Get the minutes under his belt. It was good. I think Dortmund probably should have scored in the first half. I think it was a poor mess. Other than that, in the first half, anything Moreno had to do, he handled. Defence did a good enough job that there was only really 2 or 3 chances that Dortmund had. One of them I think they should have scored. The other 2, easy saves for the keeper. I think if the ball came across and hit it wide, I think if he'd have got it on target, it would have gone in. As far as the second half was concerned, it was quite boring. Dortmund had 11 men behind the ball. Yes, they did you on the break. Nothing really had come of it. There's a few long-range shots. City tried to break them down, got in behind them a couple of times, but nothing really came of it. Like I said, it was the final ball or the control, and then on the one chance that didn't happen, was a penalty. Up steps Mahrez, and for the second, his last 2 penalties have been poor. It's not as if the penalties he's taken have been really good saves by the keeper. They've been poor. They've been at a decent height for the keeper. They've been at a decent place in the net for the keeper to get his hands to it if he goes the right way. If he goes the wrong way, it's going to go in the back of the net because they're on target. But if the goalkeeper goes the right way with the position of the penalty and the height of the penalty, they're easily saved. It's not like he's putting him in the corner or he's drilling it along the floor. He put his foot through it against Dortmund, but it was at a decent height, and if the keeper gets across, the keeper's going to save it, which he did. It's a lot harder for the keeper to get down to the floor than it is for him to get a diving height, really. And he's not drilling it along the floor. He's not placing it in the corner of the net. If the keeper guesses the right way with Mahrez's penalties, they've been quite easy to save. Now I know against Brighton, Mahrez was on the pitch. Haaland took the penalty. I think Haaland now is number 1 because Mahrez missed against Copenhagen. I think Mahrez might even fall down the pecking order again. And someone else might be taking penalties like Gundogan or De Bruyne or Foden or someone or even Alvarez, if Haaland's not on the pitch. I'd be very surprised if Haaland's not on the pitch and Mahrez is. He takes the next penalty City get. Because the last 2 penalties he's taken have been poor. But it wasn't really that great of a game, if I'm honest. It was, like I said, there was a few moments where I got a little frustrated because the final pass let him down. Or the pass was on and the control wasn't great. The second touch was going to be a tackle. But did it matter? No, I think the players on both sets of teams had that same way of thinking. A draw wins us the league for City. A draw gets us qualified for Dortmund. We don't have to go to Copenhagen. I think it's in Copenhagen their next match. But we don't have to go to Copenhagen needing a victory. you know, because they've already qualified. With Sevilla beating Copenhagen, would City allow Sevilla to win? And the off chance that Copenhagen did get something, I mean a win, but it's all by and by. Dortmund have qualified, and that was their mindset really for me in the second half. If we score, brilliant. If we don't, we've qualified. And it was the same with City. If we score, great. If we don't, we've won the group. I think if any one of the teams would have scored, I think the other team would have moved up a gear, and it'd have worked out for a better game. As long as it stayed 0-0, I think both teams were quite happy. Did it make for a great game? No. But, job done. Job done. I think the defence played quite well. Like I said, there's only really 2 or 3 chances that Dortmund had in the first half, and probably 2 or 3 in the second half. And they've got some quality players, Dortmund. Now, I think player for player we're better, but they have got some quality players. And, for the majority of the game, we stopped them troubling us, which was nice. And Zarters break them down. They had 11 men behind the ball when we had the ball. So it made for quite a boring game, but job done. Onwards and upwards. Nice professional performance. The saves that Artega Moreno made, I expected him to make. He impressed me with his footwork. There was a few players that I thought didn't really put themselves in Pep's thinking for the team line-up against Leicester. I think those players, most notably was Mahrez. Alvarez, his touch let him down a few times, but his work rate's there, and I think he just needs game time under his belt. Do I think he'll get in place of Haaland against Leicester? No. Do I think he could play on the wide like he did against Dortmund? Yeah. He could play as a second striker. But I think he needs game time. Looks like Gundogan had a decent game. Not exceptional, but it was better than his last outing. But I can't see Mahrez making the team against his old club, if I'm honest. I think Bernardo will come back in. I think De Bruyne will come back in. Haaland's going to start. Edison's obviously going to come back in. But anyway, until Leicester, adios amigos.